Hey guys, hope you are doing great. After a long time, I always say this. Apologies before we begin. I'm recording it from a decent mobile camera through the selfie lens, and I'm not having any mic as such. I don't have any studio, so background noises might be interrupting in between. I'll try to keep it as minimum as possible through editing. That's my part of effort anyways. One fine day, my dad asked me to take a backup of a bunch of files, which is like around 40-50 GB of size, which is not okay too much. He asked me to take a backup, copy it to his new laptop from my desktop. To get the job done at a stretch, he handed me this. Okay, now this is a external hard drive from Western Digital. It's the Elements model. Okay, let's get into the review. I thought why not to just do a review if you're planning to buy one of these external drives. So let's get into this. Okay, now talking of the design and the form factor, it's pretty slim. 3 or 4 years back, the same Elements model was a little bit bulkier in its thickness. So it's good that they have got down with the thickness. It easily fits into a pocket. Just see this. It's not protruding outside in a weird manner. Okay, now the dimensions, I feel they are pretty same, or maybe if I'm wrong, just comment down below, because I'm not too much into numbers basically. Build quality, that's an area of concern where I feel WD could have worked a lot better for the price they're charging. The plastic used is like decent. If I give too much pressure, it sort of goes down to the disc and the spindle, and it creates sort of a weird squeaking sound. They could have fixed this by adding a rubber sheet over this, like how I have a old hard disk from Thompson, which is a 500 gigs hard disk. I mean, in those days, back in 2010 or 12, 500 gig was so big. It could be a lot more protective from scratches and dents. Okay, now there is a fix for this. You can get a hard drive cover along with the hard disk. If you're buying it from Amazon or Flipkart, you can get a cover which is basically like the cover which you get for your earbuds, like from Bose or Skull Candy. It costs around like 500 to 700 rupees in India. It gets the job done by keeping it secure. There's a, I guess you could see this. Yes, exactly. This bush. There are bushes in all the 4 corners. These really don't stick well. That's a weird problem. If you have good, nice, lengthy nails, you could just prick them out. You gotta take care of the bottom, the rubber bushes especially. I mean, they aren't really much of a use. You just keep them on the table so that it doesn't get any scratches. That's what the bushes are actually meant for. Okay, now the storage. As it's given in the caption, it's a 2 terabyte hard disk, but the actual storage which I personally get from this is like 1.81 terabytes. I think it's universal for all models, if I'm not wrong. The read and write speeds are pretty good for a hard disk, and the data stability, everything related to this, it's pretty good. It's worth buying one of these. You could just close your eyes and go for this. Since I guess for the past 2 years, I have been taking a lot of backups. Backup on backup. It's not overwriting. I'm literally copying everything. There will be a lot of replica files. I would just segregate them in the order of date, update from this date, update from so and so date. Okay, now talking of connectivity, it gets this USB 3.0, which goes to your 3.0 socket onto the computer. Now you can connect it to a 2.0, but the transfer rates might get a little bit slower. That's what I read from the website and from some experts. I am the one and don't need a gun. So it's always better to go for 3.0, and you get a small LED indicator and activity status light, which looks pretty minimal on this complete black house design. The pricing on Amazon, I saw this model for around like 5,500 or around sort of that mark. It's worth buying it, and I guess you'll be getting some discount from MRP also. So I'm finally kind of happy with dealing with a 2 terabyte hard disk, because okay, I'm not that kind of a person who's like clicking a lot of photographs and doing a lot of videos on YouTube where I have a whole lot of raw footage of 4K 1080p, nothing of that sort. Yeah, you can go for one of these. This is Sairam signing off. Wear your mask and do all the things you're supposed to do. Bye bye.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Few inches later.
He f***ed up.
This is Sairam. What the fuck? It says product of Thailand. But many electronics are made from China, aren't they?